The question is, what is the will of the Almighty? Existence. How to understand what is the will of God? Existence. All wise people say that the Hukam, the ultimate law, is the will of God. Existence. Reet, Tao, Upanishad, Hukam, ultimate laws, laws of nature. All these are different words. The main thing is that certain divine laws of the Almighty are always there. Like, what is the will of the government in this country? How will you know what is the will of the government? The Constitution. What is the Constitution of India? The will of the government of India is that you follow the Constitution and nothing else is the will of the government. There is something very fascinating. In India, wherever you go, you find slogans or graffiti on the walls. I was in the UK, in Britain, during 1991. I was there only for about 4 months. I'm fond of traveling. So I hardly missed visiting any town or city there. I traveled the entire country and I wanted to know about their culture. I was surprised that there was no slogan written on the walls in Britain. But there was one place in London, Trafalgar Square, where a slogan was written. I got shocked. There is no slogan in the whole of Britain. Come to India, you'll find slogans on every walls. And what was the slogan? England expects from its citizens that they will do their duty. That's all. That was the slogan. I was very surprised. Similarly, what is the cosmic government? What is the divine government saying? That the cosmic government expects from its citizens, we all are citizens, that they will do their duties. What is the meaning of duty? It is our duty to follow the laws that have been ordained. The citizens of England have to follow the rules made by the government of England. Similarly, the principles ordained by the God is called the Hukam, the Constitution of India. Is that cosmic constitution? Follow it. Many rules have been made in our constitution. But God did not make many principles. His principles, His rules are very simple. He has made 12 main principles. That's all. 12 laws of cosmic governance. The principles that have been ordained by Him are the will of the Almighty. Like, what is the will of the government of India? Keeping the Constitution of India above all. Similarly, God has made 12 principles and expects that everyone will follow these principles. Today, we will discuss these principles. We will discuss this for 4 days. And we will have discussion on these 12 principles. If you follow these 12 principles or go in accordance with these principles, then it means that you're following the will of God and you are in Tathata, suchness. What a simple matter. You're not to follow many rules, many laws. You are to simply follow 12 principles of cosmic governance. So today we will discuss 3 principles. Tomorrow we will discuss 3 principles. In this way, we will discuss all the principles in 4 days. Okay? You have to move very fast. I wish I could have spent a whole day in one principle, but then we don't have the time and we have to move very fast. The first law is known as the law of karma, the karmic law. The karmic law has been made by God and He expects that people conduct themselves in accordance with the karmic principles. Many times you have heard from me what is karmic law, and it is not that it is applicable to the Sanatana Dharma only. They are cosmic laws and everyone has to follow them. Whether one is a Muslim or a Christian or a Hindu or a Buddhist, it does not matter. The cosmic law is same for everyone, not just for Sanatana Dharma. The karmic law says that whatever comes to us, its strings are connected to the strings of the journey of life. If not with this journey of life, then with the strings of the journeys of series of life. So sometimes we say, and many people say, that what they are getting, what I deserved, I'm not getting it. It is not so. Whatever you have got, you deserve the same. There is no flaw in God's justice. Whatever there is today in our life is the consequences of our deed, karma, we did in the near past. Whatever done in this life or some other life. What has come in your life, what is coming in your life, or what will be coming in your life is the result of your own actions, your karma. In other words, हम अपना लिखते भाग्य स्वयं पर समय बीत जब जाता है खुद का ही लिखा ना पढ़ पाते अक्षर धुंधला हो जाता है हम खुद ही लिखते आत्मकथा मत कहो विधाता ने लिखा पुरुषोत्तम शरणम गच्छामि भज ओशो शरणम गच्छामि. So, on what basis does that happen? The karmic law says that there are three types of karma. What is it? One is sanchit karma, accumulated actions, which is the account in which whatever karmas we are doing is deposited. For example, whatever money we deposit in our account, it keeps getting deposited in only one account. Though you may have deposited the amounts at different times, maybe 10 years back or 5 years back. The account of the karma of the past lives for many births of yours, it goes on. This is the divine's permanent account. In one or the other life, in this or that birth, this account is not changed. The account is maintained. It is a library, it is a bank. There is a bank and all biotapes of your mothercraft are deposited in that account. Whatever karmas you're doing now will be accumulated there. And when you die, you will see all this and whatever you've done in your entire life. As in the old cinemas, the reel used to move in and then it was wrapped in the reverse. Similarly, at the time of death, everything will be reversed. You will see that the beginning will be in the last as it is being wrapped like a reel of cinema. You will move with this tape in your subtle body and see what the important events of your life were. Up there, around 13 people will be receiving you. Your spirit guide will stand behind your shoulder. Your film showing whatever you've done in this life will be revealed. Before that, a reel will be shown regarding what agreement you had made before departing from the spirit world to this world. You had promised how you're going to live life in this life. Look, you forgot. भूलना ही था तो इकरार किया क्यों था ऐ सनम तुमने प्यार किया ही क्यों था सिर्फ 2-4 सवालात का मौका दे दो हम तेरे शहर में आए हैं मुसाफिर की तरह. So you're awestruck. As is the tendency of complaining, you say that, I have forgotten what I had promised, my spirit guide should have told me. Then the spirit guide is summoned. Spirit guide is asked, why didn't you tell him what duty was assigned to him? What does the spirit guide say? Remember that when you used to do this, I had given you the idea that don't do this and don't do that. Had the idea come to your mind? You say yes. The idea had come to me, but I thought the idea to be my own thinking. The guide told him that he had missed the message, as that was the only way by which he could have made him understand. So it happens that in this way, all the karmas, actions that influence life go on accumulating in your sanchit karma. Accumulated karma account, and when you take the next birth, it is told that those are your sanchit karmas, accumulated karma. Some part of the accumulated karmas is given to you for working out as your prarabdha karma, destined karma. The karmas you have to work out in this life present are called the prarabdha karma, destined karma. Those karmas are your own karmas. You have to work them out in this life. The destiny, fate is not written separately. A part of the Sanchit karma is given for working out in the present life, and the result of these karmas comes as the prarabdha karma, destined karma. Then the karmas that we are doing in this life is called the kriyamana karma, active karma. What you are doing now in this birth. So, one thing is certain, that the Sanchit karmas, accumulated karmas are over now. You have no right to change it. The prarabdha karma too is over. You have absolutely no right to change it. So, whatever karmas you're doing today, at least do them in such a way that they give auspicious results. This is the karmic law. This is the karmic law. So, where will the element of Tathata, suchness, come? Whatever result is coming before me, I should accept it. I should take responsibility. What I deserved, I'm getting the same. This is Tathata, suchness. The result that we are getting is not because of others. No one else is responsible for what we are doing. It is our creation. This destiny is written by us. We are owning this responsibility. We are living in Tathata, suchness. That's right. If you say that you don't know, we work very hard, but still we are not getting success in business, it means you're not in Tathata, suchness. If we have got sorrow, then you say, I deserved it. If we have got happiness, you say, it's His grace. So, in that state, any result of consequences or any circumstance cannot be unaccepted. And in this way, you always accept the result of your consequences. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have the right to action, not the consequences thereof. These are the results of my karmas, actions and influences life. This state is called as Tathata, suchness, as you are following the karmic law. The second law is named as the law of interdependence. We are interdependent. We have to realize that we are interdependent. How can we realize this? That we are interdependent. See, there are three beautiful words: dependence, independence, and interdependence. What is dependence? Such as a child cannot say no to his parents. Even if he wants to say no to the parents, he cannot say, because he is dependent on them. Dependence, you understand now, right? You're not free to say no in the state of dependence. Independence. What is independence? You can say no. You have got the freedom to say no. As you have grown up and you have started earning money yourself. Now your parents say something to you and you have a right to say no. Especially in foreign countries, children say no immediately. Just a few days ago, I was reading somewhere that a child was told by his mother to go and take a bath. The son called the police, and the police came and asked what his complaint was. The child told his mother that my mother is torturing him. Police asked, how is she torturing him? He said, she was telling me to take a bath. Now just see, the child has started considering himself independent at the age of 12. Though he is dependent on his parents for all of the matters. But he's saying he's free and he's independent. So if you are really in a position to say no, you are independent. It means you are independent. Now, Osho says that the status of interdependence is higher than independence. In the entire world, independence is being talked about. Everyone wants to become independent, forgetting that independence is not the highest value. It is higher than dependence. That is okay, but it is not the highest value. Stephen R. Covey, who is writing the first preamble, writes that interdependence is higher than independence. And Osho had stated it in the 1970s, what Stephen R. Covey stated after 2000. It was said much earlier than that interdependence is higher than independence. So this interdependence is the cosmic law. We have to live in interdependence. If you're insisting on independence, then you're not in Tathata, suchness. If you're living in the stage of dependence, then you're not in Tathata suchness. If you're accepting interdependence, then you are following the principle of interdependence. What is the principle of interdependence? You have the freedom to say no, but out of love, you are saying yes. That is interdependence. This is cosmic law. You understand it? So let's say wife is saying do this and you can say no, but out of love, you say yes. Let me explain with an example. My wife is here. I went to Ranchi many years back, about 10 to 12 years back. She said that she has decided to keep a prayer, a worship of Lord Satyanarayana. I told her, go ahead. She told me that I too had to sit with her. So I also participated in the prayer. The prayer of Lord Satyanarayana started. The first chapter, the second chapter, and so on. All the chapters were recited in succession. The conch was being blown. All the chapters were being recited. Then few friends of our Osho community had come, and the people of Oshadora also came. On seeing me sitting and doing all the drama, they asked me, Baba, do you believe in these prayers? They saw that I was totally involved. I was doing the Havan, the fire ritual. My reply was that I did not believe. They further asked if I believed in Satyanarayana God or what. I told them not at all. Actually, there is nothing much in the story of Satyanarayana God. If Sadhuram Baniya listens to it, he'll become prosperous. If he doesn't, he'll be punished. But what is the story? Nothing is told about that story. I had no concern with Satyanarayana's story. But I was very much concerned with my wife. Then, Baba, why are you so interested in Satyanarayana God's story? Then I said again, I have nothing to do with God Satyanarayana. But I have a lot to do with my wife. If she becomes happy just because of my sitting for a while in this prayer, then why should not I do it? This is interdependence out of love, what's being done. That you can say no. But out of love, you're saying yes. So we have to live in interdependence. Take cooperation from the people with whom you live and give cooperation to them. An egoistic person does not take cooperation. Look at the sun, the trees, the plants, all are dependent on the sun. Rain is dependent on the sun, and we are dependent on these trees and plants. When it releases oxygen, we take it, and when we release carbon dioxide, they absorb it. So the life of the plants is interdependent with our life, and the whole creation of God is living in interdependence. The whole universe, the whole of creation. So God is applying this law of interdependence in his entire creation. When you're cutting trees, you're causing harm to the principle of interdependence. This means you're not in Tathata, suchness. You're not realizing interdependence. So if you obey the law of interdependence, then you're abiding by the hukam, the ultimate divine law. Hence, we all have to follow this law, and this is Tathata, suchness. Now we'll come to the third law. The third law is the law of choice. God gives us the freedom to choose. So I want to ask you, God is giving freedom of choice, but choice between what? What does the law of choice say? What to choose? Tell me, how would you choose? The choice is not between good or bad. Normally, we think that mosquitoes should not be killed, flies should not be killed because this is violence. And if you don't kill the mosquito, it'll bite you and you'll get dengue. So what is the choice? You either get dengue or kill the mosquito. And killing mosquito is evil. Yes or no? If you make yourself suffer from dengue, you make your soul suffer. This is also evil. Now you have to choose between two evils. Osho says the choice is always between the lesser evil and the greater evil. Let me explain to you by giving an example. Bhishma gave word of honor. What promise did he make? Bhishma gave word of honor that whosoever sits on the throne, he will be on his side. He will protect him, and if he fights, he will fight from his side. Duryodhana sat on the throne, and then there was a war with the Pandavas. Bhishma fought from Kaurava's side. Krishna also gave word of honor. Krishna gave a word of honor that he would fight in that war of Mahabharata from Pandava's side, but he will not take up arms. One day, Bhishma was in full swing, and it appeared to Krishna that the war will be decided and the Pandavas' defeat was certain on that day. The Pandavas are fighting for truth and justice. So Krishna picked up the Sudarshan Chakra and ran towards Bhishma. Bhishma placed on his bow because he knew that if Krishna used his Sudarshan Chakra, then it was not possible to fight with him. He said, Keshava, what are you doing? You are breaking your word of honor. Krishna said, Pitama, I am not a fool like you. You're not following the hukam, the divine law. The hukam says the choice is between the lesser evil and the greater evil. Truth and justice will be wounded if I follow my word of honor. The word of honor is taken at the sixth chakra. Truth and justice are at the seventh chakra, at the highest level. On the fifth level is belongingness to your country, your caste, your religion. On the fourth level is love. On the third level is security, safety, and prana, vital energy. On the second level is protecting the facilities and conveniences. What is on the first level? On the lowest level is the hunger, the thirst, the nourishment of the body. The word of honor is at the sixth level, and truth and justice are at the seventh level, and the choice is between the lesser evil and the greater evil. So, if I ignore truth and justice, then this is lesser evil. If I give priority to the vow over truth and justice, then it is a greater evil. I cannot sacrifice the highest level for the lower level, although both are evils. I am not keeping my vow in an evil, although allowing truth and justice to be injured is also an evil. So I will choose protecting the truth and justice. But what are you doing? You are allowing truth and justice to be injured and following your vow. What choice is this? So the wise is the one who will always remain in Tathata, suchness. Krishna was in the supreme Tathata, suchness. But what did he do? He followed the law of choice and became victorious. So remember that God or existence or nature is presenting the choice before you at every step. If you keep in mind that you are choosing the lesser evil, then you are living in Tathata. And if you choose the greater evil, then you are violating the law of Tathata, suchness. The one who chooses the lesser evil lives in Tathata, suchness. He is Tathagata. And the one who chooses the greater evil is not living in Tathata, suchness, and is violating Tathata. Suchness is law, the law of choice. How many of you have understood this?